Good morning, my dear students. So for English literature, we will be doing a poem this time. And it's a very beautiful poem called Wandering Singers. Now, Wandering Singers has been written by Sarojini Naidu. Before we do the poem, I want you all to know that Sarojini Naidu was one of the most famous women national activists of India. So, she was actively participating at the time when women were sitting at home and they were not doing a lot of things. She really wanted her country to be free. And her way of expression was through various literatures, including poems. She used to write her poems in English, and Mahatma Gandhi had actually called her the Nightingale of India. We know that nightingale is a very nice bird who sings very beautifully. So, Sarojini Naidu's poems actually brings out that beauty. That is why I want you to understand and remember this poem, because it is one of the most beautiful poems that she has ever written. Sarojini Naidu was also the first governor of United Provinces, which is now the current Uttar Pradesh, after independence, right? So let's start with the poem. Wandering Singers. I will read the poem for you and you will recite it like me, and we will post a video of the same. When the voice of the winds call out wandering feet. So what wandering singers? What is wandering? Wandering means people who roam around, like the Banjaras, the nomads. So this poem is actually about singers who go from one town to another town and stay there and sing and tell tales and then move to the next town. So the singers, how do they go? They go where the voice of the winds call. So just like the wind which goes from here to there without any direction, giving us beautiful breeze, similarly the wandering singers go from here to there, from one town to another town, singing beautifully and telling stories, right? So that is why Sarojini Naidu, the poetess, has compared the wandering singers with the voice of the winds. हवा के झोंके की तरह. Through echoing forest and echoing street. Now echoing means a forest or a place which is having some sort of sound. So the wandering singers say that every forest and every street tells some sort of stories. And what do the singers do? They listen to these stories and sing songs about them. Right? With lutes in our hands, ever singing we roam. So lute is a musical instrument. So these wandering singers, it's like a flute, right? And they have the lutes in their hands, and wherever they go, they are always singing, ever singing, wherever they go. All men are kindred, and every man are their relative. Every man, they are always spreading love, right? All men are our kindred, the world is our home. So they do not belong to Eta or Kolkata or Kerala or some other city. For them, the entire world is their home. Just like the winds, wherever they go, that is their home. So every nature, every person is a relative to them. Every place that they stay are close to their hearts, and they are going from one place to another and spreading love and singing songs. So that is how the wandering singers are there. So they do not believe in one religion or one caste or one sort of nationality. They always are roaming around and singing and spreading joy and spreading love and telling stories. Right? Our lays means our songs. Our lays are of cities whose lustre is shed. So they talk about, their songs talk about very old towns whose lustre or whose shine is gone. Very old and famous towns. Right? The laughter and the beauty of women long dead. So they talk about the women of those places who have grown old, or whose beauty has now withered off, and whose beauty is now gone. The sword of old battles. So they talk about old battles and their bravery and their valor. The crown of old kings. So historical stories about different crowns and different kings. And happy and simple and sorrowful things. So they talk about old stories, old battles, old kings. Also about simple stories, simple things, happy things, sad things. So their songs or their lays are about various things. It can be happy, it can be sad, it can be about old towns, it can be about brave wars, it can be about simple little things, short stories, anything. What hopes shall we gather what dreams shall we sow? So they do not have any hopes, or they do not have any dreams for their own. What hopes shall they gather? They are seeing the world. So they do not have any personal hopes for their own, or their personal dreams. What dreams shall they sow? They have no dreams for their own. They are just like the wind. Where the wind calls our wandering footsteps we go. So wherever the wind calls them, wherever they feel like going, just like the winds, there they go. So they do not have their own personal hopes or aspirations. No love bids us tarry. So there is no such love that binds them to one place. It is not like, okay, they love one person or one place, so they are there and they are not going there. Just like the wind cannot be stuck at one place, it will go from one place to another. Such are the wandering singers, where only one person or one place's love cannot keep them. No joy bids us wait. So there is no such joy that they think, okay, this is joyful, so let me just stay here and I will not go to some other city. They always have to go from one place to another. The voice of the wind is the voice of our fate. So just the voice of the wind. So that means that whatever the wind is telling them, wherever they are telling them, just like the direction of the wind, is the destiny that they have. So they go from one place to another, singing and dancing and spreading love and telling stories. This is the central theme of the poem. Now let's go into a little bit of details of the poem. So, where the voice of the winds call our wandering feet, we look out for rhyming words. So, feet and street, that becomes A and A. Then, roam and home. So, that becomes B and B. Why B? Because feet and room are not rhyming. So, feet and street are A, roam, home, B. Shed, dead, C. Again, home is not rhyming to shed, right? King, fame, D. So, go, E. Wait, fate, G. So, now if you see the rhyming pattern of the poem, we see AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, FF. So, when there are lines like this, when there are two lines rhyming with each other, they are known as couplets. That is the way you say the type of poetry it is. So, they are couplets, and the rhyming pattern is iambic pentameter. Why? Because two words are rhyming with each other. The first one with the second, two lines are rhyming with each other, and they are very different. So, A's rhyming words have no relation with B. So, that kind of rhyming pattern is known as iambic pattern, right? And when you have two lines rhyming, like you have these two lines rhyming, then you have these two lines rhyming, this kind of a poem is known as a couplet, right? In Hindi, sometimes we call them as doha. So that's how it's called in English. It's called as couplets. Now let's look at the typically different words that have been used here. So the voice of the winds call our wandering feet, echoing forest. So they say that nature and people always tell some stories. Echoing forest and echoing street means forest does not talk, streets do not talk, but the situation tells a story. That is the story that these wandering singers listen to, and then they make a story out of it, right? With lutes in our hands. So lute is a musical instrument. Ever singing we roam. So that means wherever they go, they are always singing, right? All men are kindred. So this kindred is relatives. So all men are their relatives. And where is their home? The entire world is their home. Okay? Our lays are songs. Lays are songs. Alright? Our lays are of cities whose luster is shed. So old famous cities which are not famous anymore. Luster is shined. Right? Here you are talking about the fame of the cities. Then laughter and beauty of women long dead. So women have grown old. The sword of old battles. So here we are talking about old battles. And crown of old kings. Famous kings, right? So their stories. Happy and simple and sorrowful things. Sorrowful means sad. What hopes shall we gather? Alright? what dreams shall we sow? Yani what hopes shall we have and what dreams shall we sow? The wind calls our wandering footsteps. We go. Love bids us tarry. No love bids us tarry. Love does not hold us. Alright? And the voice of the wind is our voice of our fate. So, it is the voice of the wind that is the voice of the fate. That is the central idea of the poem. I will recite it once completely so that you can hear the voice modulations and recite it just like that. When the voice of the winds call our wandering feet through echoing forest and echoing street, with lutes in our hands, ever singing we roam. All men are our kindred, the world is our home. Our lays are of cities whose lustre is shared. The laughter and beauty of women long dead. The sword of old battles, the crown of old kings, and happy and simple and sorrowful things. What hope shall we gather? What dreams shall we show? So, where the wind call our wandering footsteps we go. No love bids us tarry, no joy bids us wait. The voice of the winds are the voice of our fate. Thank you. I hope you understood the poem. Please go through and send me a video.